going on, Day Guardians? It's Zestro here. In today's video, I want to discuss a few key factors to help you become a better Rift player and really any objective style playlist. There's only three main objective style playlists, and right now that is Supremacy, Rift, and Control. Control has always been there, but Control, if you do not hold for the majority of the map, at least 2/3 of all points, you're probably not going to win unless you're absolutely dominating on score. If you don't hold those 2/3, you're probably not going to win, because that's the objective, is to control the points. You get more kill points, you get more super points, you literally get more points in every which way while controlling a zone. Supremacy, you can kill people all day long, but if you don't actually kill people and then pick up the crest, you're not going to be effective. You're not getting those points. So with Rift, what we're here to talk about today, that becomes even a bigger portion. So with Rift, there's only one. So if your team picks it up, there's 5 other people who have only one purpose in life. That one purpose is to protect the motherfucker with the sparkly fucking Rift. It's not a hard task, but people make it out to be. Also, there's a lot of common mistakes made by Rift runners, which I'll go to next. So the biggest thing, if you are not the Rift runner, you need to make sure that you are not afraid to die for no reason. Sometimes you being a distraction of 2 or more players is the best thing you can do for your team. That is ever prevalent in every Rift match I've ever played. Being a distraction is actually a key factor, because you gotta think, there's only 6 people on a team. You have 1 Rift runner. You now have 5 people protecting. If you were out here distracting people, you now have 4 people protecting that 1 Rift runner. So now if I distract 3 people from their team because they're stupid and want to shoot me, instead of shooting the guy with the Rift that scores more points, that actually completes the objective, now it is 3 against our 4 and the Rift runner, which can still shoot. Who do you think's gonna win as long as gun skill is somewhat evenly matched? Our team 10 out of 10 times will win, because these people are focused on the wrong thing. It's not hard to trick people that they're not objective playstyle. They're not in that mentality. So time and time again, I had people like, I would let them know, I would say something to them, and then they would message me back, "You're just not good." And I'm like, I got 3 of you people to look at me while the Rift runner was scoring points. We won every time. In that same match, I scored the Rift alone myself 3 times while Twilight Garrison. So being a distraction could mean more than actually doing anything. As long as you're either running the Rift or you're being a distraction, you are doing everything you're supposed to do in that objective style playlist. Moving on. Alright, so Rift is really a key factor of, you have a set objective. The bad part is that set objective is in a set location in the enemy spawn. The big downfall is it's predictable. You know every entry and exit point that you can possibly come from. So as long as you hunker down and man that spot, you can have all lines of sight covered, except if you have one of 2 things at your disposal. Those 2 things are Twilight Garrison and Blink. They will win you the Rift probably 7 to 8 out of 10 times of attempts, because you have something that no other class, no other Guardian on the battlefield has, and that is unpredictable movements. So if I have, as you can see in the video playing, as I have a Rift that's behind a pillar, I don't need to go around it. Every other class would need to go around it, because if they hover over it like a Warlock, right, they're going to be doing this slow motion. Even if they think they're going fast, 3 people shooting you, you're toast, right? You are absolutely fucking toast, because even if they don't see you right away, they're going to kill you before you hit the ground. And if they don't, sorry, you didn't beat the system, you just barely beat really, really bad players. But even if you're against good players, if you blink over, with the exception of when I got shotgunned, which is rare, it's not that easy to actually stand in a Rift and shotgun someone that's coming from above, as you can see later on when I do it twice, 2 more times. I blink over the pillar into the Rift. So now my chances of actually scoring are more than double of what they were before. Alright, moving on to Twilight Garrison. So Twilight Garrison, which you're going to see in another video I share tomorrow, just has such versatility to get you that extra distance, you know, about 10-15 feet, of closing distance on that rift to get there faster, to move around corners. I was able to close gaps in of maps that you normally wouldn't be able to jump because it's too far. So I would Titan skate over, Twilight Garrison, Titan skate a little bit, boom, ignite the rift. So those two things make me just that much more versatile than I would have been without them. So I suggest trying them. So if you're not a big fan of them always, Blink and or Twilight Garrison, try them for those purposes, objective style playlists, especially Rift, because it gets you in and out of those locations quickly. Even if you're trying to escape after you ignite the rift, if you blink out, you're harder to track and to find than if you run or hover, because you're predictable when you run or hover. But if you blink, you're going to be that hidden target that's kind of in the wind. So with those few things, that should help you and your team just become better and beating these easy game objective style playlists. Because the last thing that we need is more people that don't understand that shooting people from across the map or sitting in your own spawn with a sniper while the play is going on over here and you're playing fuck games over here does not accomplish the mission. And especially in Iron Banner, it just pisses everybody off because you don't really get anything. You're not getting your rank higher. You're not really doing what you came there to do, and that is win. So with that being said, hopefully you guys found something useful about this. Don't be afraid to be a target. Sometimes it's more beneficial than being that guy that's fucking OP and killing everybody. Definitely don't be afraid to be a target. Don't be afraid to try something new, such as Twilight Garrison or Blink, because it gets you in and out of those sticky situations quickly. Hopefully this helped you guys. If you guys weren't already familiar with these two things that just can make or break a Rift game, but if you are, then you know, you really had no purpose for watching this. But if you weren't, hopefully you're going to be that next step to being that Rift runner and getting the best around on your team in your next Rift game. Till next time, Deathstroke out.